joining us. This segment, you know it, it's every week. Shades of Excellence. We have another entrepreneur here that we're going to highlight. He's a music artist. He's I don't want to mislabel the genre, but I know that you're a rapper. It's in the Christian, realm there. What is the exact title for us?
Well, it's just basically just pure hip hop, man. Just clean hip hop.
Okay.
It's not necessarily gospel or just Christian. It's just clean. You know what I mean?
Clean. I got you.
Keep it all clean.
But we got Bryan 12 Smith with us.
Yes, sir.
And your stage name is 12, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, can you tell us any inspiration behind that? Where'd that come from?
Well, it all started, my music career basically started when I was around 12. That's when I started getting into talent shows, into battle raps and little stuff like that around the way. So that's when everything kind of got serious for me around the age of 12. And I started getting introduced to different producers and engineers and studios and stuff like that. So that kind of stuck. A lot of stuff evolved around 12. So actually, I was signed to a record label here locally called Keeping It Real Records. With a CEO named Prinny Mo. I don't know if you ever heard the stuff on the radio, but Who's the Best Rider? Shout out to Prinny Mo. But there they started labeling me B12. And
Okay.
That's when a little bit later, a couple years later, Eminem came out. Then he came out with his group D12. So it was like, you can't just keep rocking B12 and you got D12 out there. So it kind of sounded too close. So I just cut off the B and just kept it 12. So that's how that stuff.
I got you. We're a little old school. So you talking about starting around at 12. You ever do any Star Quest or anything? Maybe people today might not even know nothing about that. But
yeah,
you do anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. God Black talent shows, the Star Quest, all of those. Yep. That's where it all started.
Okay. These for our listeners, maybe not local here in Indianapolis, that was a bigger talent competition, so to speak.
Yeah,
and it was more mainstream there. Got a lot of opportunity. I know a lot of people with talent that was some tough days.
It comes to grind today.
All right. Well, I know that you mentioned that your music is clean,
yes,
and necessarily hip hop in general nowadays is not necessarily known for being clean, and definitely rap is not in that world. So what inspires you to take that particular angle? Because it can be done. There are people out there that ain't all crazy, with it. So tell us about that decision.
Man, my faith is there you go. My little cross from now. My faith is a big part of it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to put out the wrong messages. I don't want to put out the wrong kind of energy. You know what I mean? I want positive energy, positive feedback. I just want a better place to live. You know what I mean? And I figure if I can do that by putting out good music, then hey, I can try to help the world that way.
Nah, you definitely. Man, I've listened to it. You're very talented. You've definitely been in it for a long. You've dropped multiple projects, so I definitely applaud you because longevity in that is not necessarily easy. A lot of people give up on that.
Yeah,
a lot of people may not see that instant. Because you talk about that journey that you're talking about starting at such a young age, you've probably seen a lot, especially changing in that game. I don't know some of the main rappers today. Faith aside, right? Whether something's right or wrong, it's crazy.
Right,
it's crazy. You'll see. Right. I've seen wedding dresses. I've seen all kind of.
Yeah, I mean it's a wild world out here, man, and it looks like it ain't getting no better. So
yeah.
So all I can do is just put in my 2 cents. So do my
what's
part.
That artist? 6ix9ine, right?
Oh yeah, Tachi 6ix9ine or whatever.
Being praised for snitching. That was a no thing. That was a no go back in the day. You just can't be praised for being that snitch.
Man, it's a whole different world out here. It's a whole different game. Yeah. So
it's definitely evolved. I will ask you. A constant theme that people that we talk to, and it's been most interesting to me, to be honest with you, is the journey. You would think maybe your friends or your family would be the most supportive. I'm not saying that some of them have not been.
Right.
But it's been really, we've got a lot of feedback on this, people, co-signing this and asking questions. How has the journey been with friends or family that really shocked you that you didn't realize these people aren't necessarily in my corner? Any interesting takes there? Any stories that you got. I mean, because that is,
Mm.
it's never failed that's been a crazy topic.
And you dead on it. You right on it. I lost a lot of friends, man. I lost a lot of good, I thought were good people, you know what I mean? Good friends, due to different differences and ideologies and the music, or which route we should take, you know what I mean, doing certain ventures. I tell you a story. Uh It was I was in a rap group with a particular person. I don't want to say anybody's names or call anybody out per se, but I was in a rap group with a particular person, and we got a opportunity to be on Jenny Jones show. I don't know if a lot of
Okay.
viewers remember the Jenny Jones shows, kind of like the Maury show,
Yeah.
Ricky Lake, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we had an opportunity to be on the Jenny Jones show, and it was kind of staged. It was a little scripted. The title of the show was "My Friend Thinks He Can Rap, but he really can't." And so that was the title of the show. Yeah. And so we were supposed, Jenny Jones, I had all the producers and everything calling my phone. They had my door. They taking my demos. I mean, the whole nine. And we were supposed to go. We had a scheduled date. We were supposed to be on stage, do this little performance, and everything it's national. You know what I mean? And my partner didn't want to do it because it was staged. He was like, "It's fake. I ain't doing it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Man, this is a perfect opportunity for us to just get exposed." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I ain't doing it. It's fake. I ain't doing it. And everything that we had was built with each other. You know what I mean? All of our songs were together. We going in and out of each other and different stuff like that. So I couldn't do it by myself. So it was just a lost opportunity that I had to pass up. And who knows where things could have been or things could have went if, you know what I mean, we had that kind of exposure.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. A lot of storylines, because hip hop is really about narratives, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of storylines don't necessarily be as real as we think they are.
Right.
A lot of that stuff is marketing. A lot of that stuff is ploys, and it's entertainment in the end. So we just eat it up, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But that would have been a golden opportunity.
I thought so, but everybody wasn't in on the same boat. So I had to pass it up, and like you said, I mean, these type of things happen all the time. I got hundreds of stories where, I mean, different friends, and we just have differences in which ways that we want our careers to go and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, no one's immune to that so far that we've interviewed. It's definitely been. I think it's the untold collateral damage that goes along when you pursue a dream or a passion or a goal.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I think maybe it's a blessing in disguise. You weed out some of that, like you said, matching that energy.
Yeah.
And so I take it back to a local clothing designer that we had on, and she spoke about how that energy that she matches is positive vibes, positive, and so I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I would turn it over to my co-host. I know that he is into more of that that genre than myself. I'm a little bit old school. I'm stuck in the 90s, man. So I'm not necessarily we interviewed another music artist. Hey man, 112. We got Biggie, Tupac, Spice One. What we talking about? I'm old school, man.
Right. I'm with you though. I'm with you. We come from the same background, so it ain't no thing. I get you.
Yeah. But what you got for him, True?
Well, first of all, I like the 90s too. I just want that to be said.
But
no. I was born in the 80s. I was raised in the 90s, and I'm still in the 2000s. Don't do that. So, anyways.
Okay.
So I love all the 90s music. I think it's the best era of music in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
I agree.
But I do enjoy. So one thing, before I came to Christ, I listened to hip hop a lot. So all that, foolishness that was being spoken, that was me. I was the person listening to all of that. And then after I came to Christ, I just stopped completely listening to hip hop. But there was always that void there where I was like, man, I really, I like hip hop. Like it's, one of my things. And then as I, got older and started going through high school, more Christian artists that did hip hop started to come out, and you know, so I started following certain people, and now there's a pretty big following of different you know, hip hop artists that do, you know, Christian music, things like that. Some of my big ones that I listen to a lot is Bizzle and Andy Mineo. So they were my two like favorites so far, and it's because of the lyrics, and I can feel what they're saying. Like I can feel, you know, when they rap, it's coming from a place that's real.
Right.
Now they could be putting on, but it sound, you know, it sounds like they genuine. So, so I guess my first question would be, you know, because you mentioned that you do clean hip hop, but obviously you have a, you know, a Christian background. What is it that you're looking to, you know, get from the people that listen to you? Like, what are you trying to portray?
Like I said, just positive, you know what I mean? Good vibes, positive vibes. I don't want to, as a person of that has the faith, you know what I mean, of a Christian, I don't want to mislead people or misguide people or give a wrong example. You know what I mean? So like, you know, the scriptures say, don't be a stumbling block for your brother. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be a stumbling block for nobody. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in nobody's way. I don't want to cause any ruckus or chaos in anybody's life. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to be, like I said, be clean, be smooth and positive. But like Mike was saying, this is the entertainment business, so it is a lot of gimmicks and, you know what I mean, all of that stuff, you know what I mean, and like when we don't know who's putting on and who's not. So I just try to be me and be myself in every situation, man, and just tell the truth.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So let's go a little bit into the hip hop that you do. So the people that I mentioned, like Bizzle, you can tell he's from the West Coast because he has kind of that flow. Andy Mineo is from the East Coast because he has kind of that flow. What if somebody was to put a label on you? What do you kind of mimic, or not necessarily mimic, but what's kind of like your roots of, you know, kind of how your rap goes? So
more, I guess, Southern. People a lot of the times relate me more Southern. I get compared a lot with Bun B or T.I. or you know, just, you know, Southern rappers like that. I guess I got like a Southern twang to it, I guess.
I got you. Yeah, T.I. is one of my favorite too. So
okay.
Yeah, T.I. cool too. So
tip.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's awesome, man. You know, especially taking that particular genre. I mean, a lot of Christian artists can do the R&Bs and the other type of genres because they're a little bit more soft and, you know, things of that nature. But to take, you know, like a hip hop or some of that nature and flip it and turn it positive, I think that's awesome. I actually have a friend that was actually on our show before that also does Christian rap, and he loves what he does, and you know, his message is pretty much mimicked to yours. He's all about positivity and spreading the gospel wherever he can. So so I think that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, you know, I'll say what I love about your new project, because you've posted, I've listened to. You got a partner, and I really like his flow as well. Tell us a little bit about that collaboration, because he's very talented as well.
Oh my God, that man is amazing. His name is Dave Deft. He's oh my God, very lyrical, very metaphorical. He comes with it. How I met him, we worked together, and believe it or not, we met debating because I was speaking on my faith one day, and then he was overhearing it, and he objected to a lot of the stuff that I was saying. So me and him kind of clashed, and we kind of went at it, and little did we know we was gonna come out of the other end best friends, you know what I mean? And so I mean, a lot of the times that's how it happened. Now we still disagree on a lot of issues, you know what I mean? But you know, we at the end of the day, we can still shake hands and say, hey, you still my brother, you know what I mean? Even though we don't see eye to eye on whatever. But anyway, yeah, we worked together, and one day he was just telling me how much he was involved in music, and I was telling him my background in music and all the stuff, that a little bit of stories I had went through, and he was like, you know, check me out, you know what I mean? And I listened to him, and I was like, you know what? I got a single coming up, and if y'all ever go back and go on YouTube, we had a single called Us. And I was like, hey man, I got a single coming out. I want you to jump on this, man. And we can try to collaborate. And he was like, all right, cool. And we did that. And the response that we got from that was just incredible. I mean, we got a manager, so people were calling my manager and ringing his phone off the hook like, hey, I like that. And so he kept, getting in my ear about it. Hey, you guys need to start thinking about this, think about teaming up. And then we came out with another song, which was that Sorry Not Sorry. And that just was catastrophic. I mean, it's still out of everybody that's in our music group, it's called the MeCap Music. Everybody that's in our music group, and as far as Spotify, Apple, all the spins is ranking number 2 right now. So nice. So it's doing real well. So I mean, our music when we come together, our music seems to do real well. So
nice.
I think it's a match made in heaven.
Good. Yeah, I think there was a part there that was really important. I have engaged both him and his partner. And not to mean his partner disagreed that much. We similar, but they have come together, and despite really big differences. I mean, it's on ideologies, things of that nature, and approaches, and me and Bryan 12, as well. So for me, I think that's important. There's a lot of social media out here. There's a lot of people that you disagree with. I've seen people fall out with family or friends over Trump. I've seen people fall out with family or friends over this or that. Yes. And I don't know if that's lost, because I don't know if people have ever been tolerant in a certain way, but it's more magnified today because you get people's opinions and views more than you probably ever would before.
True.
So, I think that's something that I truly appreciate about our friendship. Me and my co-host, I don't know, maybe we'll get there one day. Because he, he's tough. He's tough to deal with.
Don't listen to him. He's tough to deal with. He's tough to deal with. I'm easy going.
We're gonna close. Look, I know that you are a husband, a father, and I do want to make sure that I ask this. How does your journey, how important it is, say, for your wife how supportive is she? How much do you lean on that to be there for you?
She's down 100%. She was there in the beginning of it. You know what I mean? She saw stuff coming together and stuff unfolding and stuff. So she knows the routines on a lot of stuff, and her support is 100. I mean, a lot of the times you don't see her in the videos, but she's in the background somewhere. She's behind the cameraman or somewhere. She's there. You know what I mean? So it's beautiful the way she's down for it.
I absolutely love that. When you have somebody that is behind you, whether it's your husband, wife, whatever it may be, that is huge. That support, yes. that encouragement, and then being that Black father that you for myself, I try to be that example. Mm-hmm. I try to, even this platform here, I try to make sure that they see that grind, that effort, that energy, to inspire them. How do you think that how does that play into a part for you, being that father?
Huge, because we try to teach our children, you know what I mean? Never give up on your dreams. Always pursue, you know what I mean? Don't stop, you know what I mean? No matter what, even when stuff don't look good, keep going, you know what I mean? So we tell our children stuff like that, and then they're witnessing it, you know what I mean? My children get to see daddy every day, still going to work every day and still trying to do his music stuff on the side and still, there for the family, and still got mommy right there supporting, and, so all of that just comes together, and to me, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. I applaud anybody who steps up. I don't applaud you for being a dad. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But I applaud you for that extra. Being a dad don't require for you to do this. Being a dad don't require for you to set that example per se. Some people are just present. They go through the motions. So that extra mile, that extra effort, that's what we need to really close the gap that we see our Black youth face. Yeah. So I applaud you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have what we call like a lightning round, where we're going to go through several questions, be real short, sweet responses. But before we get to that, I don't want to miss out on you telling us one of the biggest things that I love to see when you post about it is your food drive with your church. Not everybody that listens is local, but many are. Can you give us some information on that real quick?
Yes, we do a food drive at least once a month. We try to do it at least once a week. It gets a little strenuous for us, but all we have is volunteers. It's all free. Nothing. We don't charge for nothing. We give away huge giveaways. I mean,
He's lying. He's not lying.
I mean, whole chickens and
That's
I
awesome.
mean, canned goods. I mean, the whole nine. So we just been blessed enough to get connected with Midwest Foods. And they donate. We went and bought a 16-foot truck, for the church. And we'll go load it up and we'll come back and we'll just set up and just pass it out every
That's
opportunity we get. So
that's awesome.
I mean, to help anybody who needs. I mean, anybody is welcome. You know what I mean? Anybody. Nobody's exempt. I don't care if you pull up in a Pinto. I don't care if you pull up in a Jaguar. Nobody's exempt. We don't know anybody's struggle, what anybody's going through in life. Only God knows that. So,
Right.
we just do our part, and he says, feed my sheep. And we say, okay, I'm gonna do that.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
A lot of people don't know, and it's not, really, but we differ in many of those philosophies or ideologies. Right. And no matter any of that, when I see an organization doing something right for the community, in that way, I always want to lift that up, even if it's not my,
Right.
What behind it is for me, the end result is, and
Right.
I think that connection with the community, although it's not my world, and my 2 cents is that's lost in a lot of the places of faith today.
I agree.
Is a disconnection between the community. From what I hear and see, a lot of people just go Sunday, they pass the plate around. It's not much between that, community involvement anymore. And so I applaud y'all for staying true to that, because that really is that message.
Yep.
Thank you.
That really is what that is. So when he quotes something, he says it, he says it. But just a lightning round. So we got a few topics that we tend to, I just want to get your take on it. Nothing too smoky. I know,
All right, here we go.
Wide open.
Here we go.
This is usually the determining factor. We're gonna have you back, so be careful. What what it is.
Don't let him. Don't let him.
I'm gonna start out with some accountability.
Okay.
I'm gonna start out with some accountability questions. The Black community accountability question.
Here we go.
Bill Cosby, did he do it?
I'm not sure if he did it or not.
Good answer.
It definitely looks as if he did it. I will say it looks as if he did it, but I don't know for 100% fact. I can't say for 100% certainty that he did or did not do it.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
Okay. Something closer to our city that in our past, Mike Tyson, guilty? Not guilty?
Again, I don't know if he did it. Now, in that case, to me, it does not look as if he did. You know what I mean? There's too much stuff that 3 o'clock in the morning phone call. I mean, so
that's all I'm saying. 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what's going on at 3 in the morning.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, maybe she wanted an autograph. Kobe Bryant, that fateful night in Colorado, guilty?
Oh boy.
Again, I don't know, but I'm going to say it definitely kind of looks like it for the fact that he went back and bought his wife a ring. You know what I mean? Trying to
$4 million, right?
You know what I mean? Because to me, that's a big guilt trip. You know what I mean?
Is it for the rape or is it for the cheating?
We don't have time for rationale. This is our guest. You're in the music industry, so this is a little closer to home, and very important. R. Kelly, guilty?
Boy.
I don't want to put you on the hot seat. Maybe there's some connection.
You're all right. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there, but it definitely kind of looks bad for him. It don't look good. I mean, it's
we're in agreement.
When you got that documentary and stuff that came out behind it, and then you got the mom trying to find her daughter and can't get in touch with the daughter, and that doesn't look good. That doesn't look.
It don't look good. We talk about our youth. I'm back in our back when we were teenagers. I'm looking on Video Soul on BET, and they post that picture.
You said no rationalities. You said no rationalities. That's what you said.
We talking about that marriage license in Jet.
He could go into a whole thing.
Okay. I just wanted to put that in perspective when he said he on the fence. I just wanted to throw some numbers. Okay.
Nah, you got it. Don't add nothing. Like I didn't add nothing.
You're right. All right. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit. LeBron or MJ?
MJ. You don't like that, huh? I'm an 80s baby, man. I'm an 80s baby. So MJ he's the GOAT. He's always gonna be the GOAT.
The GOAT. Yes.
That's strike one. Then we got Steph Curry, top 3-point guard all time.
He's up there. I can't say he is but I can definitely say he's up there because I mean Reggie Miller wasn't no joke either. But I mean you got Larry Bird, and I mean I can't say the top, but he's definitely in the top 5.
I got you. I like your hat. You're a Colts fan.
Oh yes, 100%. Yes, and I love your hat. I'm Superman fan too.
That's a good. You know, I just curious because we have a running controversy. Whoa. Are you a DC guy? You know, we talking, or you a Marvel guy?
I'm more Marvel, but I like them both.
Okay.
But Marvel gets the tilt. That's good for me.
Yeah. The needle's leaning more towards Marvel.
This guest is just trying to, he's trying to pacify both of us. Don't take that too far. Don't take that too far. But the Colts, where you see them finishing? They making the playoffs?
Oh yes. Well, I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna say this real fast.
Okay.
Well, Wentz, the quarterback, he's injured right now. So right now we're using our second and third strings, and we just seen in the preseason game, the first quarter, the first half was the second string guy, I think it was. But he did amazing. You know what I mean? He wasn't,
Jason Eason, is that what it was?
I think that's his name. Yeah, I think that's him. And then but the one that they brought in the second half, who's gonna start in the games now. Oh my God, he looked like Peyton. The way he was throwing the ball. I mean, he moved just like Peyton. He was sitting in the pocket like Peyton. Hey, I think he's something special. So, and if he's the third string or the second string, I can just imagine what the first string got to offer, and then everybody else. So I think we got a nice team this year.
I'm starting to come around on them because last week our guest really was high on the Colts. They said the running back core is nice, that old line. So and I'm a fan of the front seven on that defense. So anyway, I just want to touch on a few hot topics culturally that we see that is talked about in the black circles, and so I and then I seen you a sports fan. So anything you want, where can our people leave them with something? Where can they listen to you? Where can they be entertained?
You can find any of my videos on YouTube, 12 and Dave Def. You can find my music anywhere where music is being streamed, downloaded, anything like that. You can look for me at 12. You got to spell it all the way out. TWELVE 317. So it's either at 12 317, 12 _ 317, or just 12 317. You can find me anywhere. 12 317.
I like it. Did you have any closing thoughts for our guest, Fit?
Man, I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show, man. This is very nice, man. I'm enjoying myself. The conversation is very deep. I love the questions that I'm being asked, man. I get interviewed a lot. And it's not. Please excuse my dog. It's not often that I get asked these type of questions. So I enjoy myself, man, and I appreciate it. Mike, you already know, man. Solid, baby.
Yes, sir.
100,
yes, sir.
Man, 100.
Yes, sir. Well, I definitely thank you for coming on, and you know what? Some of your answers were okay in my book, so we'll probably have to have you back. Check on how them Colts are doing later in the season.
Please do, man. I'm happy to be back anytime, man. It's an honor, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Well, we're gonna hit the break. We hope you enjoyed the interview. It ran a little longer, but hey, you learned a lot. Some great knowledge there. Good interview. Thank you for being with us. Stay tuned.